I've come to accept the fact that I'm a loser, an outsider, outcast, out of my mind loser. I lost my purpose, I lose my discipline from time to time, but hey, I force myself to find it.
Know you is because they're in a different industry and they should know who you are. In a minute, what else do they have in terms of freedom? You are in business, but you don't own it, something's wrong, right? So for those of us who live in a house and we don't need money when you're creative. You don't need money when you're creative. You need money when you're broke. When you're creative, you don't need money. Why? Because you can wake up and create something that can make you $10 million. If you're creative, so you're spending so much of your time trying to make money that you're not focusing on what you're supposed to focus on. What would my life look like if I was really in the 1%? What would it look like? Don't get to a point where it's a thin line and you lying to yourself. I'm telling you, invest your time in really making what you wrote down happen so that that can happen and then they're gonna see it. Don't go get yourself in debt. It's when you are your authentic self. Like, don't try to be something you like. Don't listen to stuff on and try to be something you're not. I don't gotta act like I'm hard. I don't gotta act like I'm nothing. Like, I'm going to be who I am. We are humans. Be who you are, whoever you are, wherever you come from. You ain't gotta try to claim something you're not or be something you're not. Like, be comfortable in you because of who you are. And if you make it who you are, don't forget where you come from. My last name is Thomas. I represent my stepfather who stepped in my life because my old dude didn't want to be there. I represent him. I could change my name if I wanted to, but everywhere I go, I respect the man who came in for me when my father was. As men, we fail too. We don't always do everything perfect, but if you're a real man, you try. When you go out there, stop playing yourself. Don't disrespect this.
There are no grand celebrations here. No speeches, no bright lights. But there are great athletes. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is reserved for the chosen few. The truth is, greatness is for all of us. This is not about lowering expectations. Because greatness is not in one special place. And it is not in one special person.
What are you looking for? You need a goal in life? You do want a destination so much. Let the journey surprise you. Take your eyes too. See the beauty in life. And don't practice what I preach, but decide for yourself. Because every second counts. Go out there and live your life fully. Stay humble and don't be a bully. Look after your loved ones you see in life. Your goal can be many. Start with a small one to choose without a bad thought. To stop blaming just others. That your first goal could be. Take it easy at first, like your mind is your home. Your temple, your will. Swallow the bitter pill of not knowing, of no security. And only the good ones stay. The best time of your life is right now and today.
What happened to me? Like, I took a loss, right? People never look at it and say, okay, man, tell me, what did you gain? Right? Even though I know it hurt, you didn't want to go through it, but look at it in a way to where you can say, what's the lesson in this? Right? What would you say life is trying to teach you from dealing with this? You have to make decisions and choices every single day to put you a step forward toward what you believe your destiny is. It's a lot of moments and it's a lot of people that change and impact your life. For most people, man, you could be great, but you haven't even pulled a strip off to activate it, right? Like, you can be great, but you're living on reserve, right? You didn't empty the bucket, right? You didn't give everything you had to every aspect of your life. Like, for most people, they're great professionally, but they don't have the character. For me, when you got joy, when you got peace, when you got happiness, I'm not telling you to not acknowledge your pain. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you go through it, look at it, step back from the picture. It's easy to step back and think, man, I just went through this and it's just my experience. I firmly believe when we go through things, it's for us to deal with it, get over it, and reach back over the hill to help another person and help somebody that may be going through a similar situation, and you can share your values and principles with them, because that experience that we go through and we deal with is not just for us. For me personally, the reason I say that is there was a lot of moments in my life to where it was people that saw things in me that I couldn't see in myself. Right? It's like when you're young and they see you, and it's like even when you start out doing what you're doing, you could be like, I know you're talking about it, but your circumstances are saying different. And I'm an old guy at the time, and I'm sitting back in a rocking chair, got a head full of gray hair, and our kids come up and we're just chilling out, and my wife is sitting there, and my son and my daughter comes up, and they say to me, like, Dad, I feel like you're a terrible father, right? Like, what would it be worth for me to accomplish, gain, give them certain things, and suck as a father, right? My wife got me aside and said, you're a terrible husband. What would it be worth, right? And so for me, I feel like the greatest gift I could ever give to my children is showing them that I honor, love, respect, and admire their mother, right? The greatest thing that I could ever give to my children also is not something that I can give to them. It's the things that I will leave in them. How you treat people, how you live your life, how you make decisions. Family is something that's very important to me, right? To be honest, if you can reproduce it in your family, like with your children, right? If one day your children come up and they're great, not great in athletic ability, no, great people,